Good morning students, let's continue your 7th chapter, The Necklace by Guy de Maupassant. In the previous lecture, we saw that Matilda, Ma'am Loisel, lost the necklace she had borrowed from her friend, Ma'am Forestier, in the party. She and her husband shot it everywhere, in the street, in the cab. They also put an advertisement in the newspaper, but they could not discover the necklace. Now her husband, M. Loisel, decided to replace the lost one with a new one. And yes, they found a necklace in a shop which appeared to them the one they had lost. The value of the chaplet of the diamond was 40,000 francs. They bargained and finally it was settled to 36,000 francs. Now, Loisel possessed 18,000 francs. M. Loisel had 18,000 francs. They had to pay 36,000 francs for the chaplet and her husband had 18,000 francs, which his father had left. He had got these 18,000 francs in inheritance. His father had left this amount. He borrowed the rest. The rest of the amount, remaining 18,000 francs, were borrowed. He borrowed 18,000 rupees from people. He made ruinous promises. He made destructive promises to borrow the amount. It's not an easy deal for a middle class man to borrow such a huge amount, to borrow such a fat amount. For that, he had to make destructive promises to people. He took money from usurers. He took money from and lenders. Look, both the words have same meaning. The meaning of usurer and lender is same. Those who lend money, those who loan money are termed as usurer and lender. But the difference between usurer and lender is usurer loan the money, usurer lend the money at the unjust interest, and lender lends money charging just interest. That's the difference. Usurer charges the interest at unjust rate and lender charges the interest at just rate. So he borrowed money from both lenders and usurers. Then he went to get the new necklace, and after borrowing money he went to buy the new necklace, depositing on the merchant's counter 36,000 francs, and he deposited 36,000 francs on the merchant's counter in the Palais Royal shop. When Ma'am Loisel took back the jewels to Ma'am Forestier, when Ma'am Loisel went to Ma'am Forestier to give her necklace, the letter refers to Ma'am Loisel, Ma'am Forestier. Letter means second in position. For example, if I say Ravi and Shyam are friends, the letter is rich. Here I mean by letter is Shyam. I am talking about Shyam because Shyam is second in position in the particular sentence. So the letter is rich means Shyam is rich. So the letter said to her in a frigid tone. Ma'am Forestier said to her in a impatient tone. Her was not impassionate. She said, "You should have returned them to me sooner, for I might have needed them." Ma'am Forestier said that Ma'am Loisel should have returned the necklace sooner, as she might have needed it. Ma'am Forestier did not open the jewel box as Ma'am Loisel feared she would. Earlier, Ma'am Loisel feared that Ma'am Forestier would open the box, but she did not do so. Ma'am Forestier did not the jewel box in which the necklace was there. The newly substituted necklace was there. What would she think if she should perceive the substitution? Now Ma'am Loisel thought that what would Ma'am Forestier think if she sees the substitution, if she sees the replaced necklace? What should she say? What should she say? What should Ma'am Forestier say? Would she take her for a robber? Would she consider her a robber who robbed her? Would she consider Ma'am Loisel a robber? Let us see. Ma'am Loisel now knew the horrible life of necessity. After returning the necklace, the newly bought necklace, Ma'am Loisel came back to her home. Now it was time to pay the debt, and Ma'am Loisel now knew the horrible life of necessity. Life of necessity is really horrible. Earlier she was part of a middle class life, so she did not have to compromise with her necessities. But now she came to know about the life of necessity. She did her part, and she did her part. She played her role very heroically, in a very good way, in a very great way. It was necessary to pay the frightful debt. It was necessary for both of them, both her husband and Ma'am Loisel, to pay such great debt of 18,000 francs. She would pay it, but she was determined to pay the debt. They sent away the maid. They sent away the maid servant. It means now Ma'am Loisel is gonna do the household work, as they had sent away the maid. They changed their lodging, they changed their apartment, they changed their home. They rented some rooms in attic. Now they took some rooms in an attic. Now she learned the odious work of kitchen. Now Ma'am Loisel, as she had already sent away the maid, had to learn the odious, the boring, the uninteresting work of kitchen. She had to wash the dishes. She had to wash the utensils. She washed the soiled linen. She had to wash the clothes. Their clothes and dishcloths. She also had to wash the clothes as well as dishcloths. Dishcloths are clothes which we use to clean the dishes, which she hung on the line to dry. She also had to hang those clothes on a line to dry them. She took the refuse to the street each morning and brought up the water. She had to go to the street to bring water, and she had to stop at each landing to catch her breath. She took down the refuse to the street each morning and brought up the water. Each morning she had to climb off her attic and she had to bring water, stopping at each landing to catch her breath. And while she brought water from the street each morning, she had to stop at each landing, at each corridor, in order to catch her breath. Here I mean by catching her breath, to resume the normal breathing. When Matilda climbed on the stairs with buckets of water, with pails of water, she gasped. And in order to resume her normal breathing, she had to stop at each landing, at each corridor. and clothed like a woman of the people, and she also clothed herself as other ordinary women. She went to the grocers, the butchers, and the fruiterers, and she also had to go to the grocer shop to bring grocery stuff. She also had to go to butcher shop to bring meat, and to the fruiter shop to bring fruits. With her basket on her arm. When she went to bring all these things, she had her basket in her arms. She shopped and she haggled. Here I mean by haggle, bargain. She also bargained in order to save her money, in order to save the last of her miserable money. She wanted to save the money, that is why she had to haggle. And she was lacking money, she had very poor amount of money with her. The husband worked evenings putting the books of some merchants in order, and nights he often did copy at 5 sous a page. Her husband was also working very hard. Meanwhile, Matilda was taking care of her household works. Her husband was putting the books of some merchants in order. He was putting some merchants' books in order, and at night he did some extra job. He used to copy the pages at 5 sous a page, at the rate of 5 sous a page. And this life lasted for 10 years. This life continued for 10 years. Both of them worked very hard for 10 years in order to pay their debt. They had to reduce their facilities. They had to work very hard. At the end of 10 years, they had restored all. And after 10 years were over, they had brought back the good condition of they had restored their good condition. Ma'am Loisel seemed old now. Now Ma'am Loisel looked very old. She had become a strong and hard woman. She was now no more a soft lady. She had become a strong and hard lady, the crude woman of the poor household. She had become the crude, she had become the rough, she had become the hard lady, tough lady of poor family, poor household. Her hair badly dressed. Now her hairs were no more tied properly. Her hairs were badly dressed. Her skirts awry. Her skirt was also improper. And her hands were red. She spoke in a loud tone and washed the floors with large pails of water, with the large buckets of water. Pail, bucket. But sometimes when her husband was at the office, she would sit herself before the window and think of the evening party of former times, of the ball where she was so beautiful and so flattered.